Welcome to the Trapper's Kitchen. I want to show you all how easy and simple it is to make wild game into a dinner that's really good. Now what we're doing is beaver with pesto with Parmesan quinoa and some fresh tomatoes on there, and it's really good. Now to make the beaver, which is this right here, which is really good, what I did is when I was skinning the beaver, guys, when I was taking, this is all ham meat and front leg meat. So what I would do is I would take my knife and I'd go down the bone and then I would fillet the bone out and I just left it whole. So I didn't take the fat or anything out of it or anything like that. It is the same thing on the front legs, no big deal. I put a layer of onions, which was a total of 2 big yellow onions and a whole, what do you call it, a bulb of garlic, not a clove, bulb. So there's several pieces of garlic in there. So I put onions and garlic, then I put the beaver meat, and then I would layer another thing of garlic and onions and beaver meat, and then garlic and onions and beaver meat, then a stick of butter and some black pepper. That's all I did to this. I didn't soak this in anything. This is not dry by any stretch of the imagination. It feels like beef. It actually tastes like beef, and it's surprising for someone who's never done it. So after cooking on about medium heat for 6 hours, it gets really tender, just like this. And then the pesto, if you don't know what it is, you can Google it, but it's basically a basil condiment that we grow in our front yard and we make in the house. And then we just basically take the pesto over the meat. That won't fit in there. That won't fit in there either. We take the pesto and we just put this in here. Now the original recipe where we got this from is, my wife has let me know that I can't call it a Tuscan type thing because they don't eat beaver in Italy. So, but this is the recipe that it is. And we were used to use pork ribs and we would cook it in a crock pot just like I said, but we just changed it to beaver. And we're going to stir this up. And if you've never had pesto, it's a really sweet, herby type thing. It's really good. And you can see how to make that online, no big deal. And we just keep stirring this up. And I don't think that's going to be enough. So this is basically what you end up with, just like this. And normally what we used to do before I was trying to get rid of all the pizzas that I had in 1982 and lose a little bit of weight, we'd put this on pasta. But since we're not, we're putting this on Parmesan quinoa, which is a grain. And my beautiful wife, the camera lady right now, can tell you what that is.
It's quinoa, garlic, chicken stock, and Parmesan cheese.
And a cat. So instead of using pasta, we're going to use our quinoa. And we're just going to put our beaver pesto on top. Come on, cat. Just like this. And then we're going to top it with some cherry tomatoes that's already got salt and pepper on there, and that's all it is. And I'm telling you, this is a great dinner. And our cat, which is also named Pesto, wants to get him some, so we're keeping him out of here. Now, there was a little bit of fat that I want to show you that came off these hams. It's just not going to be very good for mouthfeel. But since we have chickens, the cool thing about that is I'll take these out to the chickens in the morning. They'll eat every bit of it and they'll grow us eggs. So it's kind of like using all the wild stuff that we have around us and the domesticated stuff that we're growing. And we're making very good meals by using something that most guys that are trappers will throw away, and it's a shame because it's delicious.